If you want to know how to support your gifted child to the fullest, stay with me.
We launched IGGY at school by first selecting students from our Able, Gifted and Talented register, but importantly I think we chose the students who we thought would engage with the online nature of IGGY. What was particularly successful with students was that it wasn't something within school that we were making them do. It was online, that they could choose when to do it, and they've particularly liked the fact that they could dip in and out of it.
As the students gradually have gone on and started to use the content, they've realised that this is actually something very special. It's aimed at their peers, and they can finally sort of talk about learning with people who are all equally interested in learning. So it makes the learning much more interesting and much more real to them. They can personalise it a lot more.
IGGY is different to other e-learning platforms because of the interactive content, and that's what has grabbed the students' attention. It's something that they can be involved in, and there's a range of different experiences. They can find something to suit them.
It feels pretty cool to be an IGGY member because everyone on the site has the same sort of intellectual mindset as like we do. So if you're like stuck with a problem like on a homework task or something like that, there will be at least 20 people who know the answer and can help you with that problem you've got. It's brilliant.
It gives you opportunities that usually a high school student will not get. I think it helps you challenge yourself, and life is all about understanding yourself, and you can only understand yourself if you challenge yourself.
I think there's been many benefits of IGGY for my daughter in our personal experience. It's giving children a more open mind and a more varied view on different areas of their life, and it's courses that they won't necessarily see in school. They can debate other things that they're not normally going to encounter, which can only lead to better minds for the future.
We're trying to make these students independent, genuinely independent learners, and students that genuinely enjoy learning in all sorts of contexts. I think this is a really great tool to do it, and it's safe, and certainly as the students go on it and use it, they really gain a lot from it, and that gives me a lot of pleasure as a teacher.
Hi and welcome to the Ancon School at howtobecomeaprofessor.com. My name is Stefan and I'm your host. In today's session you will learn how you can challenge your gifted and bright children in a fun and systematic way. First of all parents, me included, are 100% convinced that their children are special and born for greatness. In today's session, we explore what it means to have a so-called gifted child and what parents can do to support their children to the fullest. For today's session, I've invited Adrian Hall. He's the managing director of IGGY.net, the probably first internet platform that connects and challenges the world's brightest young minds. Adrian was formerly a senior policy advisor on educational software to the UK's Department of Education. In this position, his responsibilities included developing the government's policy in relation to the educational software industry, commissioning new and innovative curriculum software, including software to work on mobile devices, and developing thinking on the use of games in education. He has also worked for a number of innovative educational software companies and has a respected profile in the use of mobile game and social media technologies for learning. Adrian sits on the advisory board for the Learning Without Frontiers conference. Adrian, thank you so much for taking your time for this interview today and sharing with our audience how they can challenge and support their gifted kids in a fun and systematic way.
Thank you for asking me.
All right, the first question I'd like to ask you is, what is in your opinion, or how do you define what a gifted child exactly is?
Well, I think that's an interesting question and quite a difficult one in my view to answer. Looking at is children who have a higher natural aptitude or ability in a specific subject or in a curriculum area. But I think where most gifted and talented programs is that we're looking at potential rather than proven ability. So many gifted programs rely on students to have passed an IQ test or another similar test that says that they have high ability. Within IGGY, we just need an educator to say that a student has the potential to excel and show higher ability within a specific subject. So I don't think that we're really lessening the value of being gifted. We're perhaps opening it up to more people.
All right, okay. And does IGGY focus on, academic fields, academic subjects, or are, sports and other talents also promoted as well?
Right. The key subject areas that we cover are the STEM or the STEAM subjects. So science, technology, creative writing for the E rather than engineering, although we do a bit of that, maths, history and politics. But we're not restrictive in what we do at all. We also have a social networking element that is moderated by a piece of software that I helped to develop when I worked for the UK government. So there's a safe, secure environment for all our members to discuss either the curriculum subject areas that we directly deal with or anything else that is of interest to them. But we've done things that relate to sport and to different types of things. For instance, we sponsored an explorer to climb Mount Everest, and he went to the medical school at the University of Warwick and had his anatomy looked at. He then attempted the climb with a group of climbers. Unfortunately, he didn't get to the summit because his colleagues were unwell. But he said that was a great learning opportunity for him and our members, because all the way up and down Everest, he sent back video blogs of his experience and answered questions from the students. And now that he's back, he has gone back to the medical school, and they've again examined his body. And then we're going to create content that's interesting and innovative around, why was his body like this before? Why is it like this now? What's the impact in that? So we are looking to broaden out the subjects that we do. And whilst nothing directly sporty at the moment, we're looking at delivering hopefully summer schools, probably in the summer of 2014, where there would be a sporting element.
Okay, awesome. Could you share with our audience, why did you start IGGY in the first place? Okay,
the university has a long-standing history of working with gifted students. From about 2002 to 2008, it ran something called the National Academy for Gifted and Talented Youth, or NAGTY, which was a government-funded organisation to support gifted children just in the UK. But with the change of government in the UK, NAGTY stopped existing. The university felt that they had learnt a lot and there was a lot to be gained from working with gifted students. So they set up the International Gateway for Gifted Youth, as it was called then. And that was a series of summer camps for students from around the world. Then in 2011, they decided that they wanted to move to an online platform and develop IGGY as we see it now. So there's a long-standing history. The school has the university has a good school of education. So there's lots of expertise there.
Okay, awesome. And lastly, could you share with our audience how students and parents can use IGGY to the fullest?
Right. Because our site is a safe site for our students, as I've said, all of the conversation and written word is moderated by a piece of technology and then reviewed by human mediators. So the site is restricted for use to students. Those students are between 13 and 18 at the moment. We are looking whether we can drop it down to a slightly earlier age, because we've had a lot of interest from younger students who want to participate in IGGY. But what we've recently done is we've released a read-only view so that teachers and parents, in order to review the site and see if they wish their child or their student to become a member of IGGY, can have a look at the sort of content we have, the activities that are going on, the debates, so they can get a flavour of what it's really like.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Adrian, thank you so much for sharing your incredible story on IGGY. If you guys are as excited about IGGY as I am, please also go to iggy.net, IGGY.net, and dig the content. If you like this episode and want to explore more educational innovations around the globe, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit us at howtobecomeaprofessor.com.